And we're back again. This is your man P Boss, CEO, DCWeedWorld.com with another cover story for you guys. And like we promised you guys, we're going to bring you some very intriguing people, some very interesting stories. And today I have something very special for you guys. So the person I'm about to introduce you to is a very, very good person, a very instrumental person in this 420 movement in the DC area. I have the one of the directors of the DC Cannabis Co-op Club. All right, I have Mr. William Angola Sr. Mr. William,
what's up, buddy?
How you doing today, sir?
Welcome to my home.
Thank you very much. Did you hear that? Welcome to his home. We got invited to his home. The DC Cannabis Co-op Club. It's a private. It's a club that is in the DC area that is going to set the precedent for how we do things here in the DC area. And Mr. Angola is going to talk to us about some of the things going on with the DC Co-op. Mr. Angola, we just thank you for inviting us into your home today to talk to you about some of the things going on.
You're welcome. My door is always open to you, and anyone wants to come talk, all I got to do is either make an appointment or knock on my front door. I'd be glad to talk to you. Just like you gentlemen did today.
And we really appreciate it. We want to talk to you about some of the things going on in the DC area right now, man. This 420 thing's been legal here.
It's very exciting here. DC is really on the forefront of things that are happening here on the East Coast.
That's right.
A lot of things that are happening here are unique even to a lot of things that have been happening out west.
That's right.
Every jurisdiction that's legalizing cannabis now are unique to their given area. So here in DC, we're very fortunate to have Initiative 71 that we live under.
Right.
We're supposed to. And that allows us certain privileges to be able to have the cannabis here, either use and or grow. And that's kind of what the CoOp is about, and that's we came up with that to give the people, the citizens of DC and the surrounding areas,
Yes, sir.
Maryland and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our members are from both jurisdictions. You do not have to be a resident of DC
Okay.
to belong to the CoOp.
Okay.
Everyone is welcomed. All they do is go through a vetting process. We like to know who our members are, and it's very, very pretty easy. You can go to dccanna.club, dccanna.club, CLUB. Just go there, check out the website, check out our organization, and become a member.
Tell us a little bit about what gave you the inspiration behind starting the co-op.
The co-op came out of Initiative 71 and the rules and procedures that the city gave us that we could work under. Initially, they came in and said that we could do certain things as far as people gathering to enjoy like-minded events.
Okay.
So one of the initiatives that came out of that was that they initially banned communal clubs here in DC.
Okay.
In doing so, you can't regulate morality as far as people gathering privately.
True.
So we kind of like that. So we came up with a private club that we generated, and a bunch of the activists that are active here in DC started it, and we reached out to the community, and this is where we're at now.
Okay.
So you're sitting here interviewing us about it, and I just want to tell people out there, also our visitors here to DC, contact us on dccanada.club, or you contact us directly at 202-420-0660.
Tell us a little bit about how you feel about how the community has grown from day one to this point.
Well, I mean, we're all I can say is that we're in our infancy right now.
Right.
We're just like a small child. There's growing pains.
Exactly.
We have to be nurtured and guided in doing so. And with a lot of the people who are already in the community, there's people that you can rely on and trust in to provide you with proper information and guidance to accomplish one's goal,
Okay.
no matter what that may be.
Right.
and there's other people out there that you probably would not want to be around.
Okay.
So what we're here to do is to raise the tide for everyone. We're inclusive of everyone.
That's what's up.
We're not here to discriminate against anyone. 420 is only one color, and that's green.
I know that's right. DC has been very unique. We're seeing all kind of events and stuff pop up in the DC area. Has DC set any type of guidelines for how we can throw events in the DC area as far as 420 goes?
The only guidelines that are set are for any legally permitted event done through the city.
Okay.
With that said, everything else other than that process is outside the guidelines of what Initiative 71 is all about.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Because everyone has an opinion about that.
I understand.
Everyone's going to use it or try to use it to their own opinion. All I can say is that the individuals who take the time to do it correctly will still be here in 5 years.
I understand that.
And
Someone
the
else
people
will say-
who are trying to come into the city to make a fast buck, they'll weed themselves out.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that, and I wish everyone the best.
It's just basically saying, it's a fine line, but those ones that are doing things that are supposed to be done in the way that the guidelines have been set up will be the ones that will be here in the long run. We like the fact that DC has been given or been set on the forefront with recreational.
Most definitely, most definitely. We're unique to the whole country of what we're doing here.
How do you feel about people coming to the DC area that live in different parts of the country that are patients that are moving here?
Oh, they should be totally allowed to be able to. I'm a patient in California.
Okay.
I happen to have, when I go out to the West Coast and when I go to California, I carry a California card.
So that it should be
Now,
I guess, huh?
But in order for me, the way they work it out there is you still have to get a California card, but if you're an out-of-state resident, you can still be that resident.
Okay.
You just got to go through the card. But to get the card takes you an hour and a half.
Okay.
So a lot of things that are happening out there, I'm involved with, and I'm trying to bring it here.
Okay.
There's a certain systematic way that things can be done that has been proven that work,
Because
which is what we're trying to, as the organization, is trying to administer to the fine citizens here of DC and the surrounding areas of Maryland and Virginia.
That was sort of like my next question. I know that Maryland is ready to get, if it's already gotten approved for medicinal. But what I was gonna say is DC gonna be a place where people travel? Like if I'm here for a
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. That's what we're setting up as a cooperative.
Right.
That's as a cooperative. I mean, we are on the forefront of that.
Right.
We're in the middle of setting up the National Cannabis Education Center in Washington D.C.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be a information / museum that people can walk in. They can email us. They can just. But mostly it's for tourists for downtown who are coming to the city that are lacking the information that they need and or are looking for validation of the information. And then we'll provide it in a professional manner to legitimate organizations here in DC.
That's what's up.
And in doing so, we hope that we can attract a certain clientele through that and give them the opportunity to experience another side of DC that you probably can't find anywhere else in the country as far as the cannabis experience goes. Parties are parties, doesn't matter what city they're in, they're pretty much all the same. Music, pretty women, there's some product floating around, everyone's having a good time. It doesn't matter if it's in Washington D.C., Colorado Springs, or Oakland, California. It's all common, it's the cannabis. 420.
Check this out. I've been told by one of the top growers here in DC that he would challenge the DC area to any area that having some of the best grown marijuana.
You know what? All I can tell you is that
very talented people here.
there are very talented people, but there's very talented people everywhere, and that's what makes it challenging. Okay, because everyone wants to have claim to something. All right. So for a very, very long time, it's always been the West Coast.
West Coast, right? That's what right.
So it isn't until now that people who, this is a dream of mine since I was 13 years old.
Okay.
I'm 59 years old now.
Okay.
So I'm living my 13-year-old dream, and that is welcome to my basement. My parents aren't home.
I know that's right.
So with that said, come to the DC Cannabis Lounge and check it out. It could be amazing.
Hey,
That's something if you want.
Here, man. Trust me.
You want to see some talent and the way things are done, let us show you. We're here to set the standard. We're here to guide people and give them, and inspire people to use the other 90% of the brain to do something worthwhile with not only yourself but with other people. That's why you guys are here. We're trying to tell a story. We want to tell a story. Let's document this, and this could be a beautiful thing someday.
Okay.
And I appreciate that opportunity that you guys are here.
So for people looking at this this interview, how would they go about getting a card if they're from out of state or if they're in the city trying to get a card? What do they need to do to go to get a medical card? And
well, technically, if you're coming in from out of state, you can't get a medical card.
Okay, you have to be a resident of the DC area now.
Well, they're getting ready to change the laws to the extent that they are going to allow out-of-state residences to apply.
Okay.
But because of the application system, it takes so long, it doesn't benefit tourists.
Okay.
That's where the Cannabis Club comes in.
See, this
You
is
can
all
drive.
added to
You can. For the average person to get a medical card to go to the dispensaries, you're looking at 3 to 4 weeks at the earliest.
So if I get in, I need something, I'm short.
Right. You're not going to go to dispensaries because you're not going to be able to qualify.
So you got to start.
Yeah, they did pass legislation that if you are coming in from another state,
Okay.
and you have a medical card, that you can go to the dispensaries.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to, now for the dispensaries, I personally like the dispensaries for the different varieties. They have a greater number of varieties of strains to choose from than what the CoOp does. Because we're member based, we're only limited to what our members grow and what we grow. So sometimes we might have some Girl Scout cookies, and we'll have it for a month. Right. But then who wants to smoke Girl Scout cookies for a month?
I understand what you're saying.
Right. So I'll go down to the dispensary and give me something a little different. But that whole side of it, of the medical side, right now, in my own opinion, is a complete failure.
Okay. Speak on it. I mean, tell
me.
The problem is an opinion, so speak on it. No, this is your opinion.
No, it's really not my opinion. It's numbers, statistics. Out of 750,000 residences in DC, only 3,000 plus people have even applied for their medical card.
Wow.
They have 5 dispensaries and 3,000 plus some patients. Isn't going to support five dispensaries. Right. So what they just did is they did one move, the city to adjust that problem, and because it's only limited to DC residences, they can't support the base. There's an oversupply. What do? Well, let me tell you what the city council does. City council removes the residency requirement.
Okay, so more.
So the residency requirement is removed. So that means anyone from Virginia or Maryland can come through, go to the doctor, get processed, get a card, wait 3-4 weeks, get it, and then come to a DC dispensary and buy your product. You can do that. That's one way.
Okay.
The other way, if you join the CoOp, a private organization, It's a yearly annual membership with a monthly subscription. And if it's in DC and Maryland, we deliver to you, whatever your products are.
Wow.
Make a phone call, whatever your level is that you come in at, we deliver it right to you. No fuss, no muss. Everything is put on a credit card. No cash is exchanged.
That's great. You know,
And
it makes it simple for people. I mean, it's
we want to make it very simple for people.
I mean, it makes it better for people because this is a big tourist area, man. And if I know I'm coming to DC to do meetings 10, 12 times a year, this is something that I want to be a part of.
Oh, but most definitely. Most definitely.
I'm getting all of the bang for my buck because I know outside of just coming for what I need, if I'm here for a weekend and you guys have an event or something.
Most definitely. You're welcome to it. Talking about coming in and staying here, we're actually getting ready to open one of the first DC cannabis boutiques, Airbnb here in DC. What you do is for a nominal price compared to what you would pay for a hotel room here in DC. You can stay in a 420 friendly, 1-bedroom, 1,300 square foot with its own grow facility. And if an event happens to be going on at the time, you become a part of it.
Wow.
We can not only can we accommodate you coming to DC and staying here, that in itself we can make a commercial out of. If you want to talk about that, we can do that. But it's going to be again one of the first DC cannabis boutiques. Stay Airbnb here in DC, and
all inclusive, man.
it's coming. So that's one of the things that we're offering.
This is the future of cannabis, man. This gentleman right here made me realize what the I think it was a $20 billion, $30 billion number. When I lost count.
Right now, the cannabis industry right now is $6.5 billion. It will gross in fiscal year 2016, $6.5 billion.
2 years legal.
That's nationwide. No, that's nationwide.
Wow.
That's a nationwide number. And then by the year 2020, it's going to be $22.5 billion.
This is a legal industry. So
completely, it's the America's fastest growing industry. It's the number one industry right now in the country, and it's not even in half the country yet.
I was talking to a chef that works with me about. I seen something on TV about palm oil coming from China, about how cheap it was and such and such. He said, "Look here, man, wait till they realize this stuff with hemp oil." That's kind I said, "Right, seriously?" He's like,
right.
Yeah. He said, "When they realize, you know, what goes on with the hemp
the concentrates." You're going to start seeing a lot of, wait till you start seeing packaged food labeled with CBD contents.
Okay.
That's coming.
That's coming.
That's coming. Things that are coming in the future are all related to the healing properties of the THC and CBDs together.
Those are the fighting agents for the certain illness.
Right. Well, in combination with you got to have high concentrates of CBDs and lower concentrates of THC for it to react properly with the chemical makeup and how it attacks the system.
Okay.
I'm 59 years old. I'm never sick. I started doing pot when I was 15. I started doing it on a regular basis. When I got glaucoma in my right eye, I lost my sight in my right eye.
Okay.
Through the glaucoma, they gave me these horse tranquilizer pills that I used to have to take for my migraines, and I did that for about 2 years, and it changed my whole taste buds. It changed.
It eats you up.
It
works.
I don't like taking pharmaceuticals.
There you go.
So I started smoking more pot. And I noticed that the more that I started smoking pot, the less my headaches came.
Okay.
Because I had to go back migraines. And now today I'm lucky. Personally, I'm lucky that I even have a migraine every 3-4 years.
Wow.
Now.
That's just another testimony to the goodness of what the 420 do for you. You know what I mean? There's people out
Right.
there that rather.
Oh yeah, I've seen it all kind. I've seen it when you have a 4 or 5 year old who is having 100 seizures a day, and they're giving small doses of CBD and THC together, and that child goes to having 100 a day to 3 or 4 a week.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So whenever the federal government gets off their ass and they want to deschedule it,
What is the history behind them suppressing all of this knowledge behind THC so much? I mean, so what's the
we gotta go way back for that. That's really not the time. This ain't the time to discuss that.
But you feel me though, right?
Oh yeah, but I've been there. I mean, dude, yeah, Reefer Madness, all Reagan stuff, war on drugs, Nancy Reagan.
Yeah, man.
You know, mass incarcerations. You know, there's people locked up for having cannabis that has life. Yeah, and you know what, dude? I feel for you. I'm sitting in my living room, but when you realize that there are actually people sitting in prison today for life because of cannabis.
It's kind of sad.
It is very sad. And we feel for you, and if there's anything we can do for you, reach out to us.
Well, you know, we've had a great time, man. We've taken up a bunch of your time in your living room today, man. Like
We're good.
We're sitting here with the DC Cannabis CoOp Club, and it's going to be a really good thing. We've actually had a sneak peek of what it's going to look like, and it's thumbs up. P gives it the thumbs up. I stamp it. It's going to be like that, man. I'm definitely going to join because I want to be able to enjoy some of the stuff that's going to be going on down there. Well, we thank you for some of your time, man.
No problem, sir. Welcome to my home anytime. The DC Cannabis Club and myself would like to invite you, and if I can answer any questions or if need outreach to anyone, feel free to contact myself or this gentleman right here, and we'll be glad to take care of you.
And this is your man P, CEO at DCWeedWorld.com. Hit me up, man. If you need a cover story, you got something you want to talk to the people about, you got some good knowledge that you can give the people about this 420 here in the DMV, holler at me. All right. We look forward to hearing from you guys, and we want to thank William again for coming out and inviting us to his home. One of the coolest guys that I met in the city doing this.
Stay tough.
Shout out my man, Indie Genius behind the scenes, thinking all this happening. You heard what I'm saying? Y'all, it's been real. Y'all check us out, man. DC Cannabis Club CoOp. This your man P. One.